I'm 20 foot up in a tree trying to catch a huge swarm, 2 swarms. This is how big the tree is, about as big as my arm. And it's about 8 inches at the bottom. And I'm literally 20 foot up. So I try to get the swarms that are hanging on a limb. And now the swarm has formed up on me. Particularly in my crotch. Are we having fun yet? Man, what a day. Alright, I'm back on the ground. I'm back on the ground and over about the truck. I carried the box up the tree. I did the best I could to get the swarm knocked off in it, one of them. Tried both. Didn't do too good. Anyway, they're fanning. Quite a few bees are going in the box. I don't know if you can see the little light colored tip on the tail there. That is a scent gland on the worker bee. And they fan that scent to tell everyone else, hey, come over here. This is where the queen's at. They're also doing that on my leg to some extent. Believe it or not, they're a little confused. They've been being knocked off of their limbs and then staying on me while I climb down, about half of them at least. They were several inches thick when I started to try to climb down, but I knocked a lot of them off. But they're quite confused. I'm looking on myself here to see if I can find the queen. Well, that would be a great stroke of luck. But thus far, I can't determine if I have a queen on me or just a lot of bees. Alright then. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this will turn out good. Alright, back again. It looks like quite a few of them are leaving me. No particular giant ball gathering up, so I'm going to see if I can expedite this just a little. Stand by. Got a lot of them. Let's see where they go. Let's see what happens here now. We've got a lot in the air. There seem to be quite a few going in the box. So this is my box. It's just a cardboard waxed box. It has a little opening for the bees, and when I get them caught, there's a screen inside. I don't know if you can see the tip of the screen right there. There's a screen inside, then I'll slide down and open these bigger flaps for airflow, and I will keep the bees in there for at least 24 hours. And that sort of gets them the idea that they have fulfilled their swarming instinct. And after 24 hours then, I will install them in a box, and hopefully, at least hopefully, they will then think, well, we have swarmed and now we're hungry. And they will stay in the box that I provide for them and start a new colony. Hopefully with a queen inside. Now, I don't know whether I have an old queen or if they swarm multiple times out of the same hive, and I perhaps have a virgin queen. Could be a little bit of a different situation depending on what I have. So, at any rate, here's where I am for the moment. Good luck. Try to give you a little bit of perspective on where I was a moment ago with 30,000 bees hanging from my crotch. So our current 3 colonies of bees are out there. You can see them in the background. And the tree more or less in the center is the tree that the bees have swarmed in. Except they were almost the very tip top. That's about a 7 or 8 inch cedar tree. So I'm going to try to get up here. I caught what I hope to be one part of the swarm. I'm going to try to pan up here if I can. Let you see. Now that's about where my crotch was. If you can see that big swarm of bees. It's about where my crotch was whenever they got on to me there earlier. You might be able to see a limb that was sawed off and there's actually 2 above that I don't believe you can see. Way up there is where the bees were actually swarmed up earlier. So anyway, I was up there, carried a box up that tree while I climbed. Had some duct tape with me. I got out my handy little super tool. Oops. My super tool. Hold on. Apologize for that. Alright, I had my little handy little super tool out there. I got my little saw blade out and I sawed the limb off. I couldn't reach where the bees were, they were too far out. So I sawed the limbs off and let the limbs fall down, and I pulled the limbs back to me and shook the bees off into the box. And then I had some duct tape in my other pocket, and I pulled that out and taped the box shut. Luckily got it taped shut and promptly dropped it, and it fell about halfway and hung up in some other limbs way out on the edge. But fortunately, on my way down, while keeping the bees on my crotch, I was able to retrieve the box of bees. I put it over my truck, and it appeared to be that quite a few of the bees then proceeded to enter the box. So I'm hoping I had at least one of the queens. I believe there probably was at least 2, and hopefully I have at least one of them in the box, and we'll have a new colony start in a few days. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to try to get another box, climb back up there. They're a little bit lower now, and on the main trunk. Makes it more difficult, actually. They're a little bit lower. I may try to climb back up there with another box and see if I can entice, very kindly, these bees to enter the next box. Alright, okay, here I am back in the tree. That's a swarm. Difficult to get them when they're locked onto the trunk of a tree. You can't shake it really good. Trick is to try to find the queen. I'm not really sure how I'm going to proceed. I may try to just scoop some off with my hands, put them in the box out here, and hope I can come up with the queen and somehow get these enticed to go with me. We'll see. By the way, there's the ground. There's my truck way off over there. Okay. Okay, you may get bored with this, you may get tired of this. I'm not sure if I can show you this or not. Either too sunny or too shady. I'll try to get what I can see here. Hard to do this hanging on to one hand with all these bees, but if you can see, there's an opening in the box. I tried several methods to get bees in the box and hopefully they're queen. There's a little opening in the bottom of the box as we saw earlier with the other one. And it appears quite a lot are going into the box. But quite a lot are bunch stuff outside. Let me get down here where you can see. There's a lot underneath here too. I want them all. We need a lot of bees to have a strong hive on colony if we want them to survive and produce some honey. We'll produce honey probably for next year anyway. But we really need to survive. And we need a lot of numbers for that, so I need them all. Anyway, a lot of chapters to this today. And here's how I'm hanging on one hand wrapped around the tree, standing on the itty bitty cedar limbs, and bitty on one hand. Okay then, we'll see what happens. Once again, we have a box with a lot of bees in it. You can see them fanning at the opening there. They're feeding. There's a couple feeding themselves. That's a common sign whenever they're swarming. They feed each other. And you see bees are flying around here looking somewhat lost. They're circling around. And occasionally one will land on the opening and go inside. Which is what I'm looking for. If they were leaving, then I would be afraid that the queen was not there. But once again, you never know for sure. This is not an exact science, more of an art, and not often and not particularly artistic. But it's looking pretty good. We got bees swarming around the back of my truck here, see? I'm not sure if you can see them on the camera or not, but there's several hundred, at least. I'm looking a little bit lost. And they're coming here from the tree where they were swarmed earlier. Gives me quite confidence that I have a queen. Whether or not we'll be able to make her to stay, or perhaps entice her to stay, yet to be seen. We're getting even more and more bees. We're swarming around here looking lost. Good sign. I'm hoping that I have it. Alright, until the next chapter. Okay. I know I keep coming back here. Maybe you're getting tired of this, I don't know. But now there's a lot here. Now a lot have already loaded up. And they're going in pretty fast. So this is what you're looking for right here. Good indication that the queen is inside this box. And almost all of them are coming in. Very, very few are leaving. There are several hundred have already come and got in my box since I've been sitting here in the back of the truck. And all of these are coming here to do the same. Good sign. Incidentally, I did get stung earlier today. One time, when I first walked up here, some of my bees had gotten kind of a bad attitude. When I first walked up here with no suit on, a couple got angry with me and one of them stung me. But, interestingly, since I have been attempting to catch a swarm, I've yet to be stung again. They're not really that aggressive and interested in stinging when they're swarming. They don't really have anything much to protect as far as their food for the year and their brood and all that stuff. They're mostly interested in replication and finding a new place to go and like their new home and have a fresh start. Not that interested in stinging. So I've had literally tens of thousands of bees on me in this process, and not one of them has stung me. So, really cool animals. These insects are quite fascinating. Get started with this, and you will definitely be hooked on it, just like I am. Anyway, way cool. That's it.